Hello, everybody. Welcome to a Wizard101 guide, and today we are going to be talking about gardening. Gardening is a mechanic in Wiz that is incredibly helpful and incredibly useful for overall game progression, and then getting some of the better items in the game. So you can get stuff like Mega Snacks to train your pets. You can get jewels from Jewel Blossoms in order to get really good jewels. You can get rare treasure cards. You can get reagents, gold, stuff like that. Gardening is just one of the better mechanics in Wiz that are just straight up amazing. So, this video is just going to serve as an overview and an introduction into how gardening at the end of the day works. So, once you hit level 12, you're going to get a quest to go talk to Melinda Wu. And she is going to lead you here to Gold Court in Wizard City to to talk to Farley the gardener. And as you can see, I'm on my fire, who's level 40. Because I haven't done this quest on him yet, and he's the only guy I haven't done it on. So, yeah. So I'll probably skip most of the quests, but just kind of give you an overview on the guide to how gardening works. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Let's see what kind of seed Blossom saw fit to give you. Oh, what's this? After you've planted your dandelion seed, it starts to grow. From seed to seedling, young plant, mature plant, to elder. You can use a number of helpful spells to usher it along as it grows, keeping it healthy and happy. Take a look at the row of 4 dandelions to the side of me. And when you're done, come back and I'll bend your ear some more, if you've got the patience for it.
So yeah, so this is just the 4 different types. So when you plant the seed initially, it's a seedling. Um, when you plant the seed again, wait, after yeah,
The youngest phase of life. You will need energy to after a seed is plants require plants that are kept. Next, you should examine the young plant.
this is the kind of
Look
second
at the young
stage.
plant in its next stage of life after seedling. You can observe your plant's growth visually. And the plow spell allows you to remove. The revive spell allows. Now you should examine the mature plant. This is a mature plant. When a plant becomes mature, each type of plant yields. You can harvest. This is an elder plant, the final stage of a plant's life cycle. Many plants won't reach this stage.
That's a lie. All your plants will if you do a good job.
An elder plant can be harvested one final time. Once an elder plant, you should return to speak to Farley.
So, there you have it. Think you know it all now? I'm sad to say that gardening is. Take a look at the 2 unhealthy. Come back when you've seen for yourself what can happen.
See, this is what happens when your plants die. Don't let them die. Um, Common sense.
I think by now you've learned the seed blossom gate. You've already got.
Yep, and so now you've got this, some plants, stuff like that. So that's kind of the basics to gardening you get from Farley, but now to kind of get more into it, I'm going to be switching wizards. So we're back here on my death in my dorm, and this is going to be kind of what your plants should look like. So when you get a plant, you first, and I'll kind of show you loosely here. You get a, unless, do I have a, no. So you have your plants, and what you end up doing is you will click on the seed. I don't have anywhere to plant them in here. If it's inside, it has to be in a pot, but if it's outside on grass, it can just be on the ground itself. And you basically click on it, and you'll plant the plant. And after a certain amount of time, it will grow up. And so the plant grows, and you need to maintain it. I'll get into that here in a second, but this is what your plants will look like on, when they're healthy. And as you can see here, it shows progress to elder. That's when you can harvest the plant finally for full rewards. Time until harvest. 14 hours, 51 minutes. So in 14 hours and 51 minutes, that means I can harvest it and I'll get some rewards from it. And then you can see that it also has needs and pests, but there's none on them. And also, it has legs. So pixies, I actually don't really know how they show up. They just tend to show up. But they have legs. So the jewel blossoms, like other jewel plants, and I have two of them, and they also like the jewel crafting station. But each plant has a different one. And in the guide and link description, I'll be kind of going through the main types of plants that you're going to want to garden and their likes for each one. However, plants also have dislikes, and having dislikes near them makes them grow slower. Having things they like near them makes them grow a lot faster, though. So this is kind of what you're going to be looking at when you see plants that are fine. You have gardening spells as well, and I'll get into that here in a second when I go to my red barn farm. So plants always like the red barn farm, and it makes them grow. I think it's 15% faster, which is great. Um, so when we get there after the living screen of death, I'll be right back. So this is actually kind of nice. I haven't been here today, so I could show everybody this. But this shows plants that have needs, and this shows plants that I can harvest at Elder for both my Mega Snack crops, and then this bread bush I threw in for lulz. So as you can see, the gardening logo here shows yellow and is kind of like eh. That means that your uh, plants have needs or pests, and you can see what needs they have by looking above them. So, for example, my evil magma peas need bees and music, or music and pollen, and by casting a growing spell, it takes care of the needs. I'm turning my sound off because those are loud. So you have three types of your gardening spells. I only have two, but there's the small pollination one. You get at rank 1, um, and it only works for one plant. There's a medium one, which is about half the size of the circle, and then the large one, which is the circle, and this is the best. So when you're taking care of your plants, you just click on that. You're buzzing, and as you can see, they'll go away after the obligatory lag spike. That was a bad lag spike. Oh my gosh. And then they also need music, and so you put the music here. Music plays, and my evil magma peas are going to be good to go. This all costs energy, as you can see. So it's 3 energy for one, 8 for medium size, and then 15 for the big ones. The big ones are generally the best. And then I can harvest these all now. So you just run up, and I typically just hit X to harvest. Sometimes it will bug out, and you have to actually click on the seed itself. But that is the best. So as you can see, I have these plots set up funny. This is how you do the kind of like 69 plot thing you might have heard about with these crates and stuff. I'll show you all how to do that in a different video, which I'll try to card at the end. So now let's say you want to plant. So typically you click on the seed, you click on the plot you want to put the seed, and you click and it plants the seed. Ta-da. Now there's a utility spell that is really good, and I believe you get it in Safaria, called Plant All, and it plants all seeds of the same kind, and how it works is you click on it, click on the evil magma piece, be like, are you sure? Click yes, and you plant all the seeds at the same time for the same amount of energy. It's just a big time saver. So that's how that works. The same kind of goes here for couch potatoes. They all need music, so I go to growing, I go to music, I try to get as many plants within the circle as possible. I click, the music plays, and they're gone. Now, as you can see, this bread bush needs magic, but it's just him, so to save energy, I'm going to use the small one, click on just the bread bush. Normally, you wouldn't have these with CPs. I kind of just threw it in because I was curious what it dropped. But yeah. And it's gone. Now, this means that I have no plants that needs or pests, and the fact that it's kind of glowing means that I can harvest things, which I can. So you just run in, go to town. Now I need to be careful because my bag's full, but yeah. So that's how it works. And then I'll kind of get into more of the gardening here in a second, and I'll be right back. So, one quick note plants have things that, as I said, they like and dislike, and that doesn't necessarily mean plants, they can also be housing items. So, as you can see here, my plants, the evil magma peas, like the Djembrabe Jum and the egg basket. And so I have those here to make them grow faster. The same goes with the couch potatoes, which like garden gnomes and the egg basket as well. Or not, the sandwich station. They also like plants. Now, the plants don't have to be alive for them to help give you the growing buff. So, as you can see here, my this plant is just dead. It's a dead broom shroom and then king parsley for the couch potatoes. So you can just let them die. You don't need to, and if it's really no benefit to you because that's just a waste of time and energy in order to try and keep that plant alive. So that's kind of how the maintaining your plants thing works. And then as you can see, you harvest them, you get great rewards. Like couch potatoes and evil magma peas give you mega snacks. So that's how I have stuff like um, golden wheat bread. Here, as you can see, I got 10. They also drop a bunch of some other snacks that you can sell for gold, and they are really nice. So I'm going to kind of show you where to get the things that you need, the spells that you need, and I'll try to include these in the guide as well. So I'm back at Farley, and Farley is who gives you your first kind of majors, your first gardening spells. So I can't open up the training menu because I have them all trained, but she's where you get the plots, the utility spells except that I have, except for plant all, and also where you can get the growing spells that only target a single plant for 3 energy. So Farley is just a great starting point overall, and they can also buy small and medium pots from her for inside gardening, and you can also get the garden gnome, which speeds up every plant's growing time. You can buy some plants from her too. None of them are really good, but if you need to get your gardening rank up, you can definitely use some of these. So here is Charlie here in Croctopia, just kind of at the Oasis. Go to the Great Pyramid. Off to the left, you'll find them. And here you can get all of the medium-sized area spells, and you can get Summon Pixie, but you really don't need it. It's not super crucial. They kind of just spawn naturally sometimes as well. So I would recommend getting most of these. I'm not because I don't need them, but they are still pretty good spells to have for gardening. She also sells the crock pots and some more plants that you're probably not going to really need, but they're there if you want them. So here in Jade Palace, kind of right after you get outside of the spiral door in this vendor area, you can come across Marley. Marley sells the all the pest spells and the enchanted large soil, and these are really really good. Um, so you also get those large area spells that I was showing earlier. They're just not here because I have them already on my desk. But that's really what Marley is used for, and these are some of the best um, spells within the game for gardening. So yeah, the next major person you're going to want to talk to get spells is Gnarly here in Safaria. You unlock, I believe, after completing the Savannah quest line. And, whoops, she has the pest prevention spells. So I don't have Pet Zapper because I use dragonflies, but you can get this from her too. They do get kind of expensive though, but yeah. And then in terms of what she sells housing wise, she just sells some more plants that aren't really super useful, but they're there if you want them. So Gnarly's a crucial next step in terms of um, getting everybody that you kind of want. So yeah, the next kind of spot you're really going to want to go to, and I believe the final one, No, not the final one. But the next spot you're kind of want to go to is here in Avalon. You want to talk to Robber the Shrubber. First, you have to get Ring 10 Gardening to talk to him and also complete a side quest line. But once you get to him, he drops some of the greatest helpful spells. Plow All. Second Spring, which makes an elder plant appear younger. It's kind of useless, so you don't need it. But Plow All, which removes all soil without plants, and also Plant All, which is just amazing. So you get these from Roger after completing the quest line. He's just here in Caliburn, here in Avalon. And then we have one more spot that we're going to need to go to in Chrysalis. Our final kind of major vendor is here in Silent Market in Chrysalis, and it's Barley. Now, Barley's kind of a pain to get to. You have to complete the Bring the Green quest line or the Uneasy Allies quest in Chrysalis first. Also get rank 15 Gardening, which is no joke. But you can go to Barley here in the Silent Market, and Barley here will sell you mad plants, but the kills pests of any rank spell, but also the prevent certain needs one, and Straw Man to prevent rank 6s, but only rank 6s. But yeah, so you get all of these, which are just great spells to have if you do. I don't, mainly because gold. Like, buying 2 of these is all that gold, basically. But yeah, these are pretty helpful for you if you want to have them, and I would recommend that if you do have a ton of gold splurge, you go and get these. So that's basically all the spells you can train here. There's some treasure cards, but they're all basically mirror copies of um, the other ones, so you don't really need them. But yeah, so these are all of the guys that will sell you gardening treasure cards that you can end up using. So to kind of wrap up, I'm going to go over kind of the plants that you're going to want to use primarily, and then likes, dislikes, and the such for them. So first, kind of just a general guide, what plants should I use? For Mega Snacks, use couch potatoes or evil magnet peas. For jewels, use jewel blossoms. For amber, use kin parsley. And for supernova TC, use sunions. These are the only free-to-play method. All of these seeds grow faster, I think 15%, at a Red Barn farm, and you can get one for 125,000 gold in the Crown Shop. Um, couch potatoes are the best way to get couch potatoes is by farming Gulchers in Mirage or Calamar Raiders in Imperia. They drop pretty consistently from both of these sources, and I would encourage you just go sit out there for a couple hours. You'll get a ton. They like King Parsley, Litter, Sandwich Station, the Garden Gnome, so have those around them. They don't like stinkweed. Don't have stinkweed at all in the house, or they're going to farm. They're going to grow a lot slower. And every time they hit Elder, they drop a singular Mega Snack. Evil Magma Peas. They're also dropped by Calamar Raiders, but they're much rarer, but they do drop. They like Boom Shrooms, Egg Baskets, Degenerate Jums, and Garden Gnomes. They also don't like stinkweed, so don't have stinkweed, and they're basically like couch potatoes, but different. King Parsley, the best place to farm for these that I've found is Mirror Lake and Safaria, and they also drop Mega Snacks. Now, King Parsley likes deadly elephant ears, bubbling cauldrons, star chalices, and garden gnomes. I think he drops cauldrons and star chalices. Also, you're sensing a theme. He does not like stinkweed, but sometimes at mature he'll drop amber, which is just great for spellcrafting. And then finally, no, not finally, Sunions. So they're rare to get. They have a lot of drops. You can find them on the wiki, and it's linked here in the guide. They like fly traps, garden gnomes, and moonflowers. They don't like stinkweed, obviously, and parsley. And they drop various TC, like super. And they're the only free-to-play way to get supernova. Finally, jewel blossoms. You can only get them from packs. The best one is Farley's gardening packs, which are 499 crowns in the crown shop. And I opened up 4 and got 2. So, eh. They like jewel plants, gnomes, tiger lilies, bountiful mines, and jewel crafting stations. They don't like magma peas or sugar crystals. They drop jewels on harvest. So that's kind of overall just the main types of plants that you're going to be wanting to get. And at the end of the day, these are kind of the best methods to get them. So to kind of wrap up here, the 69 plot, which I will go kind of more in depth into in another video, just so you can watch that by itself. I'll be sure to link it in kind of end card thingamabob. I'll have to figure out how to do that on YouTube. But the 69 plot is how you get stuff like this, so that you can more efficiently get your plants together, save energy, garden faster, and it's really just kind of the best method to garden. So that's pretty much it for the gardening guide. If I missed anything at all, please let me know. I try to keep it brief but also informative. The like as I did with the last guide, the full kind of slideshow guide I made will be linked in the description below. Also, my Discord, we have a guides channel where we can talk about the guides and threads and kind of help sort out any questions you may have and stuff like that. We're also like trying to build a supportive community here to help people learn more and get better at Wizard101. So join the Discord if you have any questions or if you just want to hang out and chat. We, we chat a lot in that server. But yeah, so thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, like the video, subscribe for some more Wizard 101 content, and I hope to see you within the next one.